Hey, it's Mark Swasher, MTC Media, with your wrap up of Team USA's under 18 in the AmeriCup. Game one for them was against Argentina. They walk away with an 88-66 victory, but it certainly was not. I don't think the score was reflective of how that game went at times, especially in the third quarter when Argentina made a run. It was by far their best run. But for the Americans, they were led by Darius Akuf Jr.'s 22 points on 9 of 18 shooting, and Christopher Brown's 15 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Obviously, from a offensive points perspective, the guards led Team USA. But there were some things that jumped out that was a little bit disturbing. We're going to start out with the three-point shooting. The Americans shot 2 for 22 from 3. Chris Brown was the only one who made a three-pointer. He was 2 for 9 there. And then Cuff Jr. was 0 for 2. Jeremiah Fears was 0 for 3. John McKinney III was 0 for 4. Darian Reed was 0 for 1. Shelton Henderson was 0 for 2. And Nicholas Kamenia was 0 for 1. And it wasn't that they were missing them. It was the type of ones they were taking. A lot of times it was rushed. There were some perimeter ones. Some transition 3 attempts where it looked like maybe they were half a step to a step too far out from where they're used to shooting. But it was very inefficient. The other thing was the 18 turnovers, which were at times unforced. Guys driving into 3 guys. Some guys cutting in the passer thinking that they weren't going to cut. Now that one, the second one could be because they haven't been together long enough. But the first one is just, I'm putting my head down, I'm going. And so it's a combination of things that kind of jumped out to you that you'd like to see them clean up in their second game. Some of the things they did well. I thought when the offense was clicking in the half court, it was because they had made up they were going to get 2 feet in the paint. They had made up their mind, I'm going to get 2 feet in the paint, and I'm not going to settle for threes. So that led to some opportunity either to get right to the rim, or if there was a miss, there was an offensive rebound. It just made Argentina's defense move, and it made them adjust. And it made them take them out of position, something I didn't think until the fourth quarter the U.S. did enough. Second, I thought defensively, when they are engaged defensively and they are forcing misses, they can get down the court so fast. And the guards, I do think that the wings have to run a little bit more with them. But the guards can get it down the floor. Like to see better decision making once they get down there. But it certainly was effective. Going back to that third quarter where Argentina outscored the Americans 22-18. Part of that was because they were getting 2 feet in the paint. So again, that is something that all these guys in high school have heard from their high school coaches. You don't want 2 feet in the paint. When Argentina was good, it's because they got 2 feet in the paint. When Argentina was not good in their half-court offense, it's because the Americans were very active with moving. And I thought that Big Patrick Ngamba from PVI/Team Takeover, when he first came in, he made an impact. Thought he was moving his feet well. He was in help a lot. He changed shots, whether he got a block shot or not. In that first half, I certainly thought defensively he made more of an impact than Daniel Jacobson did. Now in the second half, I thought Daniel Jacobson loosened up. He was able to get a couple of block shots. He was a lot more active defensively. Offensively, he is what he is. He gets pushed around a lot, gets pushed off the block, gets pushed higher up in the paint. But defensively, he was pretty good in the second half. Other guys who made an impact, I really thought that Darian Reed did coming off the bench to 10 points to 8 rebounds. I thought he gave them a certain level of physicality that they needed as they get used to the officiating in FIBA, where the game is going to be a heck of a lot more physical than probably at their high schools. But his 10 and 8 were good. The 3 turnovers kind of bad because a lot of his turnovers definitely was poor decisions more than it was defense. But Jeremiah Fears also was pretty good coming off off the bench, and so was Shelton Henderson in 15 minutes. Now, if you are local to DMV, obviously outside of Patrick, you have Nate Ament, and Nate Ament was the last sub. He only played. It says the last 311. I thought it was the last 255. Last 311. He was 1 for 1 from the floor. Nice little midi that he hit, and then 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So those numbers might not jump out at you. What I liked about what Nate Ament did was when they switched. The U.S. was switching on defense. I thought he was really, really good switching on smaller guys, large guys, same size guys. Those things definitely shined. I also thought he was good staying in gap, being at the proper level to where the ball was, being in gap help. He did that well. The coaches will notice that. I don't know how much that's going to translate into playing time. He is the most developmental guy on this team. I thought it was great that they kept him because he's a great guy to have in the system. But we'll have to see how much playing time he gets in his first time around with Team USA. So you don't get too much of a break. You jump right back into the fray as Team USA will play today against Belize. Belize had a rather high offense win yesterday when they beat Brazil 106-102. So when you look at what they were doing statistically, as I pull up their box score there, they were 12 for 25 from 3. So that's something the Americans probably need to watch. They only had 10 offensive rebounds, but 41 rebounds overall as they were dominated on the boards by Brazil. Brazil had 59 rebounds, 30 of them were offensive. So if you're looking for the Americans to do something, it could be to be more active on the boards, crash them, dominate them on both ends, and certainly guard the 3. But in day 2, we'll see what adjustments that has been made by Tommy Lloyd and his staff, and we look forward to seeing what the U.S. does in their second game. It's Marcus Washington, MTC Media.